So the reason why I said that we need to pay attention to this and we're not prepared is because talking about deep fakes alone is not enough. It is the entire picture that you have to step back and see what could be done to all of mankind if these giant corporations decide to do it. We're seeing some of this with Project Veritas and what they have exposed on Google this week. A guy who is one of the real honest brokers in our nation, and there's very few of them now, a guy who actually was a Hillary Clinton supporter but started a research project up at Harvard just to see if things were being manipulated online. And he found that they were being manipulated. They created a movie, a documentary called The Creepy Line, which is a must-see if you are interested in this topic at all, and every human should be interested in this topic. His name is Dr. Robert Epstein, and he is with us now. Doctor, how are you, sir?
I'm great, Glenn, and it's great to be back.
Thank you. So I want to talk to you, if you can help people understand the destructive power and how easy it is going to be in the future, and how it can affect just this one election in ways we've never understood before when it comes to audio and video deepfakes.
Okay, well, this election really is on the line. I need to emphasize that. I did election monitoring in 2016, 2018. 2016, I calculated that Google's search engine could have shifted at least 2.6 million votes to Hillary Clinton with no one knowing. 2018, I calculated that Google's search engine probably shifted upwards of 78.2 million votes to Democrats. By the way, I like Democrats,
Right.
but probably shifted up to 78.2 million votes to Democrats with no one knowing. That's scattered across many different elections, of course, in 2018. And believe me,
wait.
in
You're not saying they could have. You're saying they did.
I'm saying that we collected data showing in certain congressional districts that they were shifting votes, and that if you extrapolate from that to the whole nation, then in fact they would have shifted 78.2 million votes. Now, 2020, we're hoping to build, if I can raise the funds, a world-class, large-scale monitoring system so we can keep track of not just Google but Facebook and Twitter and everyone else out there, and spot the shenanigans, spot the manipulations as they are occurring.
Okay, so I want to help you build that, so let's get in touch. We'll put you on the radio show and let's help you build the funds, get the funds to be able to build what you need to. Google came out and said, oh, that was just, crazy talk, sitting having a glass of wine. Did you see the video of the Google executive? Yes. So she was talking about making sure that a Trump scenario never happens again, and only Google is big enough to do it, and that's what they're working on. Any doubt in your mind that that's actually what's happening?
Okay, there is absolutely no doubt. I mean, this new leak, the Project Veritas leak, is just extraordinary. It's not just the two interviews, it's the documents themselves. There is simply no question that Google is aware of all of the techniques they have for shifting opinions and votes, and those are techniques that I've discovered and studied and quantified in detail. But they're not just aware, they are using these techniques deliberately, and they are planning in 2020 to use all of their manipulative power to further their own ends. Now, I happen to like those ends, but I think this problem is so serious that we need to rise above our political, preferences and realize that this company and some others to a lesser extent pose a major threat to democracy and human autonomy.
Yeah, I think that's what people don't understand is the way they talk about things, and from what little I understand about AI, we're talking about total manipulation of your viewpoint, your buying choices, what you want, what you don't want, and it's so subtle that you won't know that you have been directed into buying that or voting for that.
Well, in fact, my research shows a couple of things. Number one, it shows search results alone, if they're biased in favor of one candidate, can easily shift 20% or more of undecided voters, up to 80% in some demographic groups. Search suggestions, in my experiments, show I can turn a 50-50 split among undecided voters into a 90-10 split just by manipulating those suggestions you get when you start to type a search term.
Yep.
And virtually no one is aware that they're being influenced. And the creepiest thing of all is the very few people who can see that they're getting kind of biased material, they shift even farther in the direction of the bias.
Doctor, thank you so much. I'd love to have you back on the radio here to talk about this a little deeper. Thank you so much. Back in just a minute.